Are we supposed to get out, or no? We're supposed to continue.
Yeah, remember we were about to do like the last boss.
No.
Remember to reach out the ledges should you fall while climbing.
All right.
We weren't.
Yeah, we were. We were about to do. We are to like kill the boss of the
game.
Level. No, of like this. Of
I'm
this
gonna press
mission.
start in 3, 2, 1.
I like how you call it a
Resume
boss.
in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the bureau leader. Jill, you gotta listen to this, otherwise you won't know what's going on.
Okay.
What brings you back so soon?
I've done as asked and armed myself with knowledge.
Speak, and I will judge.
William's host is large, and many men call him master, but he's not without enemies. He and King Richard do not see eye to eye.
It's true, they've never been close.
This works to my advantage. Richard's visit has upset him. Once the king has left, William will retreat into his fortress to brood. He'll be distracted. That's when I will strike.
You're sure of this?
As sure as I can be. And if things change, I'll adapt.
Then I give you leave to go. End the life of Montferrat, that we may call this city free.
I'll return when the deed's been done.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
I wish you had to play the part where you took a nap.
Me too.
I think it's interesting how different doing like assassin contracts is in this game compared to the other ones.
Well, yeah, we've been playing 4 recently, and it's a lot less organized.
Yeah, Edward does not give a shit who he kills as long as they're dead and he gets paid.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a pirate.
That's true. I just think it's very interesting compared to how Altair does things.
Nate, could you lean forward and turn it up a couple?
Turn up like our volume.
Yeah, no, it's down in the bottom left.
Down?
Nope.
Down.
Bottom. Left, left, left.
It's on the other screen.
Yeah.
What do you want me to turn up? The volume of our audio?
No, no.
Nate.
The computer.
Oh, okay.
So we can hear it better.
I thought you meant like the audio. Our audio?
No.
Okay.
No, I was having a hard time hearing the game when they were talking.
Poor stupid Nate.
That's okay.
We're just stupid.
So I actually had a topic I wanted to get your thoughts on.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that abortion, honestly, it's one of those things that I've got a lot of opinions on.
Let's hear them.
Oh,
How much you hate abortions?
And no, is that what you want to talk? How much I love them?
No.
Oh, sorry.
So what is your thoughts on specifically TV show and movie characters who have really cool...
I said a prayer for that guy before he died.
Okay. Who have really cool helmets, but they're constantly taking them off because the movie or the TV show needs to, like, show their face. Like, for example, I know Star-Lord is, like, infamous for this in, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and Avengers. He's constantly taking his helmet off.
That's true, and I like his helmet.
I'm like, just keep your helmet on. It's cool.
It is cool.
Or like in the Halo show, they have like some weird obsession with like having Master Chief take his helmet off.
That is weird.
You know, and I even got the same opinion, although I was more fine with it in The Mandalorian.
Oh, Jill hasn't seen that yet, so you might not want
never mind then.
to say too much.
Iron Man keeps his helmet on.
No, he doesn't. He takes his helmet
Iron
off all
Man
the
constantly
time.
takes his helmet off too.
What did you watch?
Captain America takes his helmet off all the time too.
Captain America doesn't have a helmet.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
That goes to show that you don't even remember it. He does have a helmet.
I don't remember him having a helmet ever.
It's like a helmet mask.
Or even
Really?
in the original Thor has this really cool helmet that he starts out with.
I remember that.
And within like 2
Look at Captain America up there. The Funko? You don't remember that? That he had a
Oh
thing
yeah,
with the
that is
band?
his helmet. Oh my
And
gosh.
within like 2 seconds, Thor takes his helmet off of the movie, and then he never wears it again. I'm like,
Yeah, he
what is
didn't
the
wear it
point
throughout
of
the
this?
entire movie.
I'm like, what is the point of this? Just leave your helmet on. It's cool.
Well, I guess what I was saying about Iron Man is at least you can remember what his helmet looks like because he puts it on sometimes. I feel like all the others, you can't even remember what their helmets look like because they just never have it on.
Yeah.
Is that a valid point?
No, I can remember because I don't have dementia, but for people like you, I can see what you're talking about.
What do you mean? I mean, if something
What do
is
you
like...
mean? Did you forget what dementia is because of your dementia? What do you mean? What is dementia?
What do you mean? What are we talking
Where
about?
do we come from?
If something is unimportant...
Jill, I know you forgot how this works, but this is a cutscene.
You shut up.
3,000 souls, William. I was told they would be held as prisoners and used to barter for the release of our men. The Saracens would not have honored their end of the bargain. You know this to be true. I did you a favor.
Oh, yes. A great favor indeed. Now our enemies will be that much stronger in their convictions. Fight that much harder.
I know our enemy well. They will not be emboldened, but filled with fear.
Tell me, how is it you know the intentions of our enemies so well? You who forsake the field of battle to play at politics.
I did what was right, what was just.
You swore an oath to uphold the work of God, William. But that is not what I see here. No. I see a man who's trampled it.
Your words are most unkind, my liege. I would hope I might have earned your trust by now.
You are Atla's regent, William, set to rule in my stead. How much more trust is required? Perhaps you'd like my crown.
You missed the point. But this is nothing new.
Much as I'd like to waste my day trading words with you, I've a war to fight. We'll have to continue this another time.
Do not let me delay you then, Your Grace.
Well, look at his cape. His cape has a heart on.
I fear there will be no place for men like him in the New World. Send word that I wish to speak with the troops. We must ensure that everyone is doing their part. Warn them that any negligence will be severely punished. I'm in no mood to be trifled with today.
His hairstyle's stupid.
And call the dentist and the barber. I really need a makeover, please. He looked very bad.
I think it's funny that in this game they also couldn't get the capes flowing correctly.
Well, just walking
Game
away.
bad.
Just going places.
This is a bad game because of that.
Yeah, definitely. In Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, the cape doesn't flow correctly on Ezio.
Yeah, you remember that when you get on
Yeah.
the course, it's got like a heart on?
Yeah, I remember that.
Alright,
That's
so...
why I hate the games.
Okay, it's okay to have a criticism of the game and not hate the game, you giant...
I was gonna say, when, sometimes when I was younger and I watched movies, if something was unimportant, for some reason my mind just kind of threw it out. That's why I didn't remember Captain America had a helmet, because he wore it in, his first movie, and that's it?
It has
He wore
been...
helmets in like every movie, and then he takes them off within 5 minutes.
And then he doesn't really wear them much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He actually wore it... I thought I could go that way. He actually wore it quite a bit in Civil War.
Yeah.
By the way, let's look at something
I thought he
here.
wore it a good amount in the first movie he was in.
You don't even remember its existence, so how do you know?
Well, wasn't it called, like, wasn't it called just Captain America?
He didn't
Called the
name
first
his
Avenger.
helmet. Alright, so everybody look at this.
I meant the movie name!
So we know he retreats to a citadel. His men fear he is destined for failure, though they dare not turn to the king for help. There is mention of a third man, one said to reside in the harbor, though he inspires little confidence as well. Uncertainty rules the day, it makes men paranoid, and my work more difficult. View attachment. So this is a letter, which we didn't read. Master, work continues in the chain district of Acre, though... Is it Acre?
I don't know. I tried saying it one time and I got yelled at, so...
I'm just gonna call it Acre.
Not by me.
By someone online, I mean.
Though we are concerned about William's ability to see this through to the end, he takes his duties a bit too seriously, and the people may reject him when the time comes. Without the aid of the treasure, we can ill afford an uprising. So basically he's saying, like, they don't really care for William. We worry that our man in the harbor will become increasingly unstable. Already he talks of distancing himself, and this means we cannot rely on him should William fall.
Look how happy Luna is on Nate's lap.
I know.
She's so cute.
King Richard is visiting William today, so we know about that, and we saw them fight. Mm-hmm. I actually like these. At the first sign of trouble, the Citadel's gates will close. Should this happen, the only way for me to escape will be to climb the fortress walls. We can see a little bit of a map of the fortress here.
Oh, so you kind of know the route you have to go.
Yeah, if we're trying to get out, we want to go around the right wall.
And up the ladders.
You know, this is kind of interesting, actually. It's... I don't think this is in any of the other games, is it?
Not
No,
really.
it isn't.
Like showing
I think it's
maps
really
of
cool.
stuff?
This map details the positions of William's archers. Removing them should give me a path along the rooftops. Okay, well, there's a lot of them. I feel like this map is not actually the best.
No.
It's just, look, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, memorize the locations of these archers.
I
they're
think-
everywhere.
I think they
doing
were trying their
repairs.
best, though, to get their footing on this game, though, for the rest of the series.
So they're showing that you could do a path around to the left because there's repairs
Oh,
on the
that's
Citadel
interesting.
that are being handled poorly. A structure's been left standing that's seemingly forgotten. I will turn this mistake to my advantage. So I could enter. So you know how there's the front gate? Looks like I could enter a little over to the left instead. Then what's the last thing we're seeing? Okay, well, we know that they fight. Cool.
I had a question.
Yeah.
My nap ended, so I'm getting out of there.
So, the people who are wearing their little crusade outfits, there's a little picture of a, like, griffin guy, like a little animal on them.
Uh-oh.
And I noticed that the Spanish and Black Flag have a similar looking animal on their flags, and I was wondering if it's supposed to look similar or if they're completely different things, and I just thought they looked similar.
The griffin or the symbol?
Like the little animal symbol that these people have on their outfits. In Black Flag, the Spanish ships have a similar looking symbol.
Okay.
I need to look up what this symbol is because I'm not picturing it.
So you see this, how the repairs are letting me get in this way? So I didn't go in this way when I played, by the way. I think I went in the front door.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do this. I went in the front door as well.
It's kind of cool,
Did
actually.
you, Nate?
No.
Did you go in the front door?
Yeah. I think everyone did.
I didn't know you could do this.
I think everyone did. Well, I'm sure people like who paid attention to the game didn't.
I think this is pretty cool. Epic.
So what flag are you talking about?
Here, let me look it up.
Yeah, well, is it this?
See, you see that little picture on that guy's shirt right there? That little picture of an animal that kind of looks like a griffin?
The two lions?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw a similar looking picture on the flags for the Spanish ships in Black Flag.
We'll see if you can find it, because I'd like to see it.
Nate doesn't believe you.
I don't believe you at all.
Really?
I'm having a hard time climbing.
I know everything in history, and I don't remember this. I like that he turns around and he's like, oh, a scholar, he's fine.
Up here. Sorry, the controls are very different from 4.
That makes sense.
I'm like really not doing myself any favors by playing all these at the same time. Here you go.
Let's see here. Let me see. Oh, that is pretty similar, actually.
Yeah, what is that similar? Is it supposed to be the same symbol, or is it's meant to be different? I just thought they looked similar.
No, it is. I don't know if it's
the same symbol.
I don't know if it's the same symbol, but it is probably meant to be modeled after it.
Well, wouldn't the Spanish also be very inspired by the Catholic Church? I mean, like, that was one of the biggest things ever.
But that lion symbol is not like a Catholic Church symbol.
What is it a symbol of?
It was just a medieval design, a medieval emblem that was famous in the Templar era. So the Templars used this, and it was just like a symbol for them. I don't think it had anything to do with the Catholic Church.
Oh, really?
All right, they're both gone.
So was it not a symbol in real life?
No, it was a symbol in real life.
So what did the Crusaders in real life use the symbol for? Just to look cool?
Let's see. Templar lion symbol. Let's see what the meaning of it is.
You guys see how well I'm doing here?
Because it's the thing with that lion symbol is
You look great, Bobby.
in classical art and artwork, a lion has always symbolized like courage or power or something like that. So my guess, I'm gonna look it up here, but my guess is that the Templars used that symbol for the same thing.
That's interesting.
So it's not, you know, because you'll see the lion symbol like everywhere.
And you think the Spanish did a similar thing to show courage?
Probably. I mean, because you see the lion everywhere. I mean, it's even used in the Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
So
I forgot
it's-
about that.
So it's like
It's also a Christian symbol.
it
for
is
a
also a
while.
Christian symbol. I mean, that's why.
They associate God with it.
Yeah, they call him the Lion of Judah. The lion symbol has always been symbolized as like courage or power or something like that.
And sometimes he's hanging
So-
out with a witch in a wardrobe.
Yeah, you could.
Do because Jupiter
Oh.
is the biggest planet, do they associate with God with Jupiter, or is that more just a Roman thing?
Wait, sorry. Say your question again.
So Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system and was always associated with Zeus. And I was wondering if the Christians or the Catholics ever associated that planet with God himself because of that, or no?
Not that I know of.
I think the Christians were very hesitant to associate planets with God.
Oh, really?
Because of the Romans and the Greeks and all these other people. Mm-hmm. What, isn't that true, Nate?
Yeah.
Also, Christians are very hesitant to associate, like, angels with God, too, in some ways, because, like, of the worship of angels and stuff. Like, basically, there was a lot of rules around Christianity, because, the main goal of Christianity, or one of the main goals, is to make sure that you don't end up worshiping something else instead of God.
Yeah.
And a lot of times those associations led to that.
But aren't you supposed to still respect the angels?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, like, not worship them.
Yeah.
So I just looked it up here. The lion is a symbol that represents courage, power, and justice. Those are traits valued by the Templar Knights. So that's why they put the lion symbol on a lot of, like, their outfits and stuff like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
So my guess, without knowing the history of why the Spanish used it, my guess is the Spanish used it for basically the same exact, like, reason.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if they had a connection to this or not.
I don't think the Spanish ever directly had a connection to, like, the Spanish from that time period, I mean, of, like, the early 1700s, had a direct connection to the Crusades. It's possible they did, that I'm just not knowing about. I don't really know. Out of all the history knowledge I know, the Middle Ages time period is, like, the ones I know least amount of.
I want you to study up on it so you can start telling me some of this,
I
because
would
I think
love
it's
to.
interesting.
I would love to, but for the last 3 years I've been, like, diving into presidential history.
Couldn't you
That
take
makes
a break?
sense.
No,
Oh, sorry.
because I'm really interested in it. It's like my favorite historical subject, so, like, I've been kind of wanting to read through them.
Tasks set to you are left unfulfilled or poorly performed. This ends today. I will not suffer further degradation at his hands. For whether or not you see it, and you should, this is your fault. You've brought shame.
Man, the maps didn't prepare us for this.
Well,
Did you like my joke? What a weird looking scholar.
I did like
Yes.
that joke. That was joke of the day.
Thank you.
I just thought that this might be my best opportunity to get him. What do you guys think?
I don't think it worked out for you too well.
I thought we were gonna wait and, like, do it quietly.
I was trying to, but then the scholars started to leave, and I was going to end up...
You could have followed him.
Well, you can still kill him here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have been in here, Joe.
I guess that's true.
You guys think I did a bad job?
No, I don't think you did a bad job at all.
It wasn't easy. Okay, well, like, why is the countering so hard to do in this game?
Jeez, okay, you're like getting murdered over here.
Well, because I was told don't mash it, but then when I actually do the counter thing... Okay. Let's just retry
I
this.
think we should restart. Yeah, let's redo that. Redo.
Okay, I don't understand why the scholars go in here if they're just gonna bail and leave.
Let's just
I don't
forget
know.
this happened.
I just don't understand, like, why does the game let the scholars go in here and then they're like, whatever, and they leave, and then you're like, okay, well, do I leave?
I agree, that
I think
is
maybe
pretty
you go
stupid.
with them, and then maybe they do a second route or something.
Around the entire castle?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to wait 20 minutes? Really?
You have to start all the way back here.
I wanted to mention, I think that the story of this game
I'm
is
going way quicker this
it's
time.
really, really well done, but the gameplay, I feel like, is probably one of the worst in the series.
Well, I think it is the worst in the series, and that's not really the fault of its own. It's just because this was the very first game ever made, so they perfected all the concepts.
Whoa, this is
later
the
on.
very first game ever made?
I
The very
kind of,
first Assassin's Creed game ever made.
Crazy.
I kind of wish that they would take this game and like remake it to make the gameplay a little bit better.
I agree, as long as they stay true to a lot of the story concepts and things like that of
Yeah,
this
and
game.
didn't change it.
Like,
I
honestly,
agree.
if we could get the same story, same everything about this game, it's just the gameplay, like the combat and stuff like that was better, I think it'd be great.
I agree. I completely agree.
I don't think it needs it. I mean, like, I get that it's got some problems, but I don't trust them to not mess it up.
Right. Well, and that's what I'm saying.
I'm
like,
saying if you
they
could
didn't.
trust them to not mess it up, I think it would really benefit from it.
I would love a world where I could trust Ubisoft.
That's true.
But then it's like I'm asking them to deny their own nature.
But they also make it hard to trust them anyway, because haven't you noticed that a lot of the stuff with Abstergo kind of ties in with some of the stuff that Ubisoft does in real life?
Yeah.
Like, they kind of obviously based Abstergo off of themselves as, like, some sort of weird joke, but then it makes it hard to trust them.
I don't really think about that deeply, Jill. I think about it more from the fact that they have messed a lot up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're French.
Wait, this guy's like
Why
watching.
is he like watching?
They're French, just like Abstergo. That makes them bad.
They're French?
Yeah. Did you know Ubisoft is French?
No, I did not. Is that a French company?
Yeah, they're a French company. They're obsessed with Arno.
So how come Unity, the one that's based in their home turf, how come that one launched the worst?
I don't know.
Like, this is the game that's supposed to be based around, like, where they live.
They have a statue of Arno in their office, though. Did you know that?
No, I did not. Why is he not attacking you there?
I don't know. Please don't alert anybody.
Nice. Got him.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. They very obviously made Abstergo in Black Flag to be French. You know, like a French-based company.
And in 3.
And in 3, because they all have, like, French accents and stuff. I thought that was interesting because Ubisoft is also French, too.
So does that mean Ubisoft is Abstergo?
No,
No,
but I'm
but
saying that they have a lot of similarities.
It's like a parody of them because
Yeah,
they
no,
turned
I'm-
Abstergo into a gaming company.
I'm just being like an idiot.
Okay, well, we couldn't tell because you operate that way just so normally that I don't know when you're being an idiot when you're not.
I thought
makes
it
a
was
lot
a
of
really
sense.
interesting thing that they did, I guess. But it's also kind of scary.
Oh, it kind of makes me nervous about Ubisoft and, like, anything.
I'm worried
Oh, so
about
maybe-
them, like, making a weird thing to put in our drinks so that way the water tastes better. Do you remember that commercial from Assassin's Creed 3, the multiplayer movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did this weird commercial where Abstergo was making this thing. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like this little capsule that you put in your water, and it's supposed to make it so you have a better time and have more fun. But it was really just like... I don't remember exactly what it was doing. I think it was like tracking people or something like that, but it was really weird and surreal.
Why is he not dead?
I don't know, but he has like 20 knives in him. So is there no air assassinations in this game?
You don't
I
get it
remember.
yet. You don't
so you
get-
get it later on. Okay.
Even though you would think that this would be the perfect place to use it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could just jump down and kill him.
That's the problem. You can't. That's why I'm not really sure how to handle this one.
Well, is he up here?
Yeah.
Can you throw him off the ledge?
It's that guy with the stupid haircut.
What?
What? How did that guy just die?
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Whatever.
Nice,
Just
nice.
everybody, it was fine.
Things are at an end.
What do you know of my work?
I know that you are going to murder Richard and claim Akla for your son Conrad.
For Conrad, my son is an arse, unfit to lead his host, let alone a kingdom. And Richard, the Ancien is no better, blinded as he is by faith in the insubstantial. Acre does not belong to either of them.
Then who?
The city belongs to its people.
How can you claim to speak for the citizens? You stole their food, disciplined them without mercy, forced them into service under you.
Everything I did to prepare them for the new world. Stole their food? No. I took possession so that when the lean times came, it might be rationed properly. Look around. My district is without crime, save those committed by you and your ilk. And as for the conscription, they were not being trained to fight. They were being taught the merits of order and discipline. These things are hardly evil.
No matter how noble you believe your intentions, these acts are cruel and cannot continue.
We'll see how sweet they are, the fruits of your labors. You do not free the cities as you believe, but rather damn them. And in the end, you'll have only yourself to blame. You who speak of good intentions.
I love that people that we've killed so far have said that we're actually the bad guy, and I'm confused as to if we are actually the bad guy, or if, because, like, we all found out, you know, that Al Mualim is bad at the end.
Albert Mualim, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm wondering is Al Mualim having us kill good people and we just don't know it, or are these people actually bad?
I think they're actually bad.
They're both. They're bad, but they do have good intentions.
Oh, really?
And it's not as simple as just good and bad, really. I mean, like, yeah, some of them are much more bad than others, but, like, this guy, like he said, like, he was trying to prepare the people, basically, for worse times, but it looked like he was the bad guy.
Yeah.
And in some ways he was. So, I mean, it's
A gray area.
It's not as simple as good and bad. I mean, that guy who was borderline experimenting on the people and, like, breaking their legs and stuff,
that was messed up.
That one was a lot worse. But then when you look at what he was actually doing, he was also saving drug addicts and the homeless. So you're kind of like, well, okay, this is not good, but, like, I thought he was way worse than this.
Right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Do you think these people deserved to die?
Yeah, but I probably,
I
yeah.
don't think they're just evil.
I don't think that they are just straight up evil.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think they're straight up good either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that what they were doing needed to be stopped?
Yeah, but I don't think most of the people that you kill... I would argue a good amount of the people you kill in this series are not necessarily just evil only.
Right.
But
That
some
makes
of,
sense.
some of them are. Like that guy we just killed in Assassin's Creed 4 who was enslaving black people just for money and then, like, murdering them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he was a good guy.
No, yeah, right, yeah. He's, like, morally gray. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
what their actions were doing were bad, but they were thinking differently. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but, like,
Yeah.
sometimes their actions are also good. Like, Hatham helped out the United States a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, like, Hatham and Charles Lee, they were helping the revolution, actually.
Yeah.
So, Connor thought they were trying to stop it, right? In 3. But then when you actually get into what's going on, they wanted the United States to be free. Mm-hmm. But they wanted the United States to beat England, and then the Templars would rule the United States.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the day, the Templars, there are good things that they want to come out of their world order, but they still want a world order. Whereas the Assassins don't necessarily want a world order.
So they're doing good things to achieve their overall bad thing.
And doing bad things to achieve their overall good thing. Mm-hmm. It's both.
They're kind of a gray area people.
But
Gray
some
area
of,
villain group.
some of them are bad. But, you know, like later on when you get to things like Unity, you find out some of the Assassins suck too. You
That's
know?
true.
Like, there's Assassins in Unity who are just pieces of shit. Like,
Well, especially in Rogue, too.
and Rogue, yeah. But, like, in Unity, Arno suggests, like, hey, what if we just, like, try and make peace with the Templars? And we try and leave each other alone. And they're like, you stupid asshole. We're not going to do that.
Right.
And, like, they won't even entertain the idea. Like, they... And so that's kind of what I'm saying is, like, there are certainly assassins, and, like, the assassins' actions in Rogue lead to a ton of death
Yeah.
of innocent people. So, okay, when they do that power attack, I don't think I can counter them.
I don't understand why they didn't just talk about it and be like, you know, we would do that, but the Templars wouldn't stop what they're doing, and they're trying to make the world a shittier place, and somebody has to stop them.
Because of hubris, they think Arno's an idiot.
Yeah.
They're like, you're an initiate, you don't know any better, we know better, shut up. It's basically the way that the Jedi Council treated Anakin, where, like,
Yeah.
even if they were right in the end, the way that they went about being right also caused a lot of problems that could have been avoided, even though Arno's mistakes and Anakin's are still on them. You
Yeah.
guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your mistakes are still on you, but the way that the authority figures in your life handled your questions didn't help. Mm-hmm. Arno wouldn't have... I know Jill hasn't played through all of Unity, so I don't want to tell her this too much, but Arno makes some mistakes in Unity that could have been really avoided if the Assassins had been more open with him.
And kinder to him.
Shay's turning in Rogue could have been avoided if the Assassins were more careful.
Right.
And if they were more open with Shay. Mm-hmm. Instead of just like, yeah, we fucked up, oh well. Like, that's not a good answer to tell someone who's angry.
Yeah,
like,
that's-
whoops, we made a mistake.
Oh, man,
a ton
that's
of people are dead.
That's some of my problem with the assassins is they act like they're so kind and open and stuff like that, but then they're very like not very welcoming and kind of closed off. If
Some
that makes
of
sense.
them.
Or a lot of them are, and some of them are just kind of no better than the Templars themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain ones are. I mean, like, the guy who trains you in Unity is kind of a dick. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not really a good person at all. In fact, he, like, completely manipulates and kind of grooms you at a very vulnerable position in order to train a new assassin.
Right.
So, like, when you get down to it, yeah, there's a lot of assassins that are not good.
Well, I also think the Assassin's Brotherhood kind of became really corrupt by the time of Unity. Like, it just seems like that era of assassins is just kind of bad. Because you have, you know, in Europe, you have the ones from Unity and so on. But then even over in America, where they have, like, this other branch of assassins, they're not good either. Like, they're kind of weak.
Well, yeah, and they're not really what Altair or Ezio wanted.
Yeah.
And I think that also goes to show, like, look at the U.S. government. You think that the Founding Fathers would be very happy with the U.S. government right now? I don't.
I think they'd be happy with Trump.
Well, yeah, you're right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Trump Daddy?
That's what they'd say.
I wanted to ask, do you think that either party, like the Templars or the Assassins,
I thought you were talking about, like, Republicans and Democrats.
will ever win? Or do you think that they're just going to be kind of doomed to fight against each other forever because they're both so morally gray that neither one can
Go on the
really
rough.
exist without the other?
Don't chase after him.
That one. They're doomed to fight after each other.
Because they're so morally gray that they're just kind of need each other?
I think the Assassins are overall much better, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But, like, much better.
Yeah.
But I still think that there's a lot of problems with them, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We beat the guy.
William of Montferrat is dead, and with him his plans for betrayal.
You've done well keeping Akka from his hands.
But why now, when the Crusaders require unity most? He could have waited.
Waited for what? For Richard to return and discover his schemes? No. It was the perfect time for him to strike.
Strange. I was sure he meant to take Akka for Conrad, yet he claimed this was not his plan.
You cannot trust the words of a snake, which even in death produces venom.
I should discuss this with Al-Muallim.
Yes, my friend. Make haste for Masyaf. I am sure he is eager for news.